oh, go get a PS5. Yeah, I could if I would if I could.
Yeah. Hold on. You know, with me and my console I already have, let me stop what I'm doing and search high and low across America for a new $500 console for a game that's going to be on there for 2 years. So, as we discussed in our last segment, we do have this growing upset. And it's that we have to beg the question of, well, not even beg the question, we have to just air the grievance of how we do not like console exclusivity. And it really seems like Sony has doubled down on this idea. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm sorry, not console exclusivity, timed console exclusivity. Well, I'll explain that. Is basically you take a normal game, and it's being developed. And what's going to happen is one of the big companies, Nintendo, Microsoft, or Sony, is going to walk up to you and say, I will give you, like, I don't know, a couple $1 million if you only release this game on our console for about 2 years. And then you take the money, and you do that. Now, a lot of people do not like this at all because they're not actual console exclusives. They're not actually produced by Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo. They're basically throwing cash at an existing game, and then the existing game now is over to that console. Now, if this is a new IP, whatever, but now it's becoming a growing issue, and Sony's doubling down on this, where they're taking things of established IPs and making them timed exclusives. The first one I think of is Final Fantasy XVI being a timed exclusive, and the recently announced Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake is also going on PlayStation for a set number of years. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. And we're not even going to talk about how, for some reason, Spider-Man is a Sony exclusive, like console-wise. We're not talking about that, because that, for some reason, isn't time. But this doesn't help literally anybody.
No, it does. It helps Sony to sell more products. That's the only person it helps.
Like, it is kind of obnoxious that, like, Nintendo is holding Bayonetta 2 from the rest of the world with their timed exclusive with no end in sight. And funny thing is, Microsoft used to do this. The second Tomb Raider game was a timed exclusive along with Dead Rising 3. These games you can play on all the consoles. Oh, and Dead Rising 4 as well. You can play these on all consoles.
I didn't know the last two Dead Rising games were made fully available. I thought they were still exclusive.
No, they're on everything.
Okay.
And gamers did not like it when Microsoft did that, especially with Tomb Raider. And now they've dialed it back. Now they essentially get like a 6-month exclusivity for the Game Pass. But the only game I can think of that did that was The Medium. So like, Who cares? But it's still like an issue. But like, it's getting ridiculous that Sony is now having a crutch on buying out all pre-existing games and keeping them for 2 years. And it's becoming an issue because now what's encouraging Sony to even make new IPs at this point when they can just pay a big IP millions of dollars?
Well, they're not going to do IP. They're just going to do Last of Us games for until the end of time.
Yeah, and it's so anti-consumer too. And like the fan reaction on Twitter is probably the most sad. So, let's say you're a Star Wars fan. You can't afford PS5. You got a Switch. New Star Wars games coming out. Only on PlayStation for 2 years. You go on Twitter, ask, why would you do this? The fans' response, shut up, get a PS5.
Very, very helpful advice there, you know?
Like,
because, you know what, because, again, there may be the problem that you can't afford it, or perhaps no one can get a goddamn PS5 because they don't have enough of them, And when they do have enough, scalpers buy them up and sell them at they upsell them.
For like 1,000.
Yeah. So, oh, go get a PS5. Yeah, I could if I would if I could.
Yeah. Hold on. You know, with me and my console I already have, let me stop what I'm doing and search high and low across America for a new $500 console for a game that's going to be on there for 2 years. Why? That's so ridiculous. That is literally the most unneeded thing. Like, the only time I can excuse this is for Deathloop, because Microsoft bought Bethesda, and Arcane Studios made Deathloop, and they had a contract to make it a timed exclusive, and Microsoft could probably just easily go to PlayStation and go, no, and then take it back.
Yeah, but they played nice and allowed Sony and Arcane to continue to keep Deathloop as a timed exclusive.
They also could have made Psychonauts 2 an Xbox exclusive.
They could have.
And they didn't. They also could have made Skyrim Special Edition an exclusive. They didn't. And like, as much as I do want to say Sony bad, the others do it. But the fact that Sony's egregiously doing it and everyone's just kind of letting this happen is not good. It's like very anti-consumer.
It makes me worried for the future.
Because like, what's stopping them? Because they did this with Street Fighter V. Street Fighter V is a PlayStation timed exclusive for who knows when. Street Fighter 4 was one of like the best-selling games on Xbox. Why is 5 only on the PlayStation? This is ridiculous. And like, PlayStation isn't like the best-selling console everywhere in the world. Some places have more Switch users, some places have more Xbox users, some places have more PC users. So while it's nice that they're finally porting some of these games to PC, so now they're timed console exclusives, that still leaves out a bunch of people. Which, I don't know. I think it's just stupid.
It is. Again, like you said, it doesn't help anyone except for Sony themselves, the corporations, which, as we've talked about here on the show before, capitalism sucks.
Capitalism sucks,
you know.
And corporations don't have feelings.
Exactly.
The people who buy stuff from corporations do, and you gotta be nice. So we are trying to promote healthy game buying patterns. So, listen, we're not going to say don't buy these games, because Sony is basically like the thing in America. So us being like, don't buy timed exclusives. One, they don't tell you, and two, it's probably not going to affect anything.
Yeah, I mean, Deathloop's pretty solid so far.
Yeah,
I haven't played much of it, but it's solid.
Sony fanboys are already defending that game like it is a Sony exclusive, like they don't know it's a timed exclusive. Deathloop's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Deathloop's going to be fun. Even though it is going to be really funny to watch Sony fanboys get Deathloop 2, and they go, why is it only on Xbox? and then big old McMoney Bill Gates goes,
that is going to be funny.
You just funded the sequel to an Xbox game. But, yeah, so be in mind, we're not doing console war BS here. We're just looking out for you, the consumer, and these timed console exclusives are a no-go.
Besides, I think the console wars are kind of a thing of the past at this point.
Console wars died like the moment the Xbox One failed.
Yeah.
Literally, the moment the Xbox took the Kinect off of the Xbox One, that's when the console war ended, when people didn't buy it so much they had to get rid of that. No, it failed so much they fired the guy in charge of Xbox and got a new guy. And the first thing the guy did is, no Kinect, and we're focusing on backwards compatibility. And I'm like, based new guy. But yeah, that's it. Tell us how you feel. Tell us how you feel.
Tell us in the comments.
Are we worrying too much? The answer is no. We're just 100% right. But
Yeah.
try it anyway.
We don't have opinions. We have facts. We're never wrong. I hope you're aware of it.